Good afternoon. My name is Omar Gomez and I'm going to be presenting my semester project for precalculus. The topics I will be regarding during this PowerPoint will be operations of functions and composite functions. Operation of functions. Functions with overlapping domains can be added, subtracted, multiplied, and divided. If f of x and g of x are two functions, then for all x in the domain of both functions of the sum, difference, products, or the quotient are defined as follow. The domain of a function is the set of all values for which the function is defined. As you can see in the picture, the different types of operate functions. Operation of functions, addition. In operation of functions regarding addition, we just need to put out both the values of f of x and g of x. When we have both of these values, we can add them according to like terms. In this case, we just added the value of fx, 2x plus 1. As you can see here, 2x plus 1 is the value of fx, and the value of gx, which is x squared negative 4. So for addition, we just need to add both f of x plus g of x, which is 2x plus 1, in adding to x squared negative 4, which will give us 2x plus 1 plus x squared negative 4. So by combining all the like terms, the final answer will be x squared plus 2x negative 3. Another example of operation of functions regarding addition will be like the same process. When we have both of these values, we can add them according to like terms. So in this case, we just added both of the values of fx, which is 3x plus 2, and gx, which is 4 negative 5x. When we add them together, we get this, which is 3x plus 2 plus 4 negative 5x. And so when we add like terms, we get the final answer of negative 2x plus 6. So in operation of functions regarding subtraction, we just need like to subtract both values of fx and gx. When we have both of these values, we can subtract them according to like terms. Note, when you subtract it, you need to be careful with the sign change. In this case, we just divided both equations. For example, f of x, which is 2x plus 1, and g of x, which is x squared negative 4, we just need to subtract them. But because of this negative, the x squared does change the positive. So because it is positive, it becomes negative, and then negative 4, because it is negative, it becomes positive. So when we subtract it, we get 2x plus 1 negative x squared plus 4. So when we add the like terms, the final answer will be negative x squared plus 2x plus 5. Operation of functions, subtraction. Another example of this operation of function is constantly the same thing. So we just need to subtract both of the following equations, f of x and g of x. F of x will, in this case, is 3x plus 2, and gx in this case is 4 negative 5x. When we subtract them, because of the negative change, it will be like 4, it will become negative because it is positive, but because of the negative of the sign change, it will become negative, and the 5x, because of the sign change, it will become positive. So in result, we will have 3x plus 2 negative 4 plus 5x, and when we add the like terms, it will be 8x negative 2. So operation of functions regarding multiplication. In this type of problem, we just need to multiply both values of fx and gx. When we have both values, we can multiply them using distribution and then adding like terms. In this case, we just need to multiply both of the equations, f of x and g of x, which is f of x equals to 2x plus 1 and g of x equals to x squared negative 4. When we have both of these equations, we just need to distribute. So 2x times x squared, 2x times negative 4, and then 1 times x squared and 1 times negative 4. So when we made like the distribution method, we'll be having 2x squared negative 8x plus 1x squared negative 4. And by then, like, we need always to put in order, like, to highest exponent to lowest exponent. So the final answer will be 2x squared plus 2x squared, 2x cubed plus 1x squared negative 8x negative 4. So operation of functions regarding division. We just need to put both the values of fx and gx in the correct format. In this case, because of the format consists of fx and gx, but plugging in the values will be, the answer will give us 2x plus 1 over x squared negative 4. So this will be the final answer. So the other topic will be composite functions. A composite function is generally a function that is written inside another function. The composition of a function is done by substituting one function with another function. In this topic, we're going to specialize to solve two specific problems. As we can see here, it will be f of g and g of f. The first problem, it will be consisting of finding f of g, x, and g of f and g of f x for each f of x and g of x with the following data. F of x will equal x squared plus 6 and gx 2x negative 1. So in the first step, we're going to be focusing on only solving f of g equals x. This problem can be divided into these steps. First, you need to plug in g of x, which is 2x negative 1, into the equation of f of x. As we can see here in the example, the g of x is the green and the f of x is the red. So we just like plug in wherever we see an x in the f of x equation. Second, when you plug in, your main focus is to solve it. So in this case, we need to distribute the 2x negative 1 into 2 because of this one with the power of 2, which will give us 4x squared negative 4 plus 1. So when we have that result, we just need to add the remaining number, which is 6. So the final answer will be 4x squared negative 4x plus 7. Problem, the second part will be only focusing on solving g of f. For the first step, we need to plug in the same, like f of x into g of x. As we can see, g of x 2x plus 1. So whenever we see an x, we will be plugging in this equation, as we can see in the example. For the first step, we need to plug in into fx into gf. We already did that. And by plugging in the equation, we then need to distribute the parentheses with the number 2. As we can see here, we need to distribute it. So it will be 2x squared plus 12 negative 1. So the final answer will be 2x squared plus 11. The second problem, find f of gx and g of fx for each f of x and g of x with the following data. F of x equals 2x squared negative 5 and g of x equals 1 negative 3x squared. On the first step, we're going to be focusing on only solving f of g. This problem can be divided into these steps. First, you need to plug in g of x into the equation of f of x. As you can see, this one, f of x, whenever we see an x, we plug in all of these equations. So 2 parentheses 1 negative 3x squared, as we can see here, then close parentheses squared negative 5. Second, when you plug in, your main function is to solve it. So we need to distribute this one into 2 because of the power of 2, which will equal 1 negative 6x squared plus 9x to the 4th power. Then when we have all these, we just need to distribute 2 because it is outside the parentheses. So we will need to multiply the 2 by each member of the numbers that is inside the parentheses, which will give us 2 negative 12x squared plus 18x to the power of 4. And then the negative 5, you just need to add or subtract the like terms. So the final answer will be 18x to the power of 4 minus 12x squared negative 3. So in the second step, we're going to be focusing on solving g of f equals x. For the first step, we need to plug in f of x into g of x. As we can see here, f of x is 2x squared negative 5, and g of x is 1 negative 3x squared. So in this one it will be like 1 negative 3, and then whenever we see an x we will be plugging all this equation, 2x squared negative 5, as we can see here. So for the first step we need to plug in f of x into g of x, okay? And then for example in this one you need to distribute because of the power of 2, which will give us 4x to the power of 4 minus 10x squared minus 10x squared plus 25. So in here then we need to distribute the negative 3 into all of this, into what is inside the parentheses, which will give us negative 12x squared plus 60x, no sorry, it will give us negative 12x to the 4th plus 60x squared negative 75. So then we just add or subtract any like terms, and the answer will be negative 12x squared plus 60x, sorry, it will be, the final answer will be negative 12x to the 4th plus 60x squared negative 74. That concludes my semester project. Thank you.